All right, you guys, we got to talk about what's going on in Chicago right now with Justin Fields and what's going on with the Chicago Bears, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, this fiasco that they got going on over here with Matt Nagy. It's pitiful, man, to be able to see this team not be able to do anything offensively, man. Justin Fields was sacked 9 times last week, and that's unacceptable, bro. That's definitely unacceptable. You can't allow your young quarterback to be getting sacked like that. The offensive line has been playing trash in Chicago, and it's just a lot going on right now. You know, you got the injuries of Dalton, who Dalton is trying to come back. And then if you're Chicago Bears, you drafted up to get Justin Fields. This is a no-brainer, man. You play this kid. If you're the Chicago Bears, you play Justin Fields, man. You allow this kid to make his mistakes. The same way the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing Trevor Lawrence and allowing him to make his mistakes. Right now, Trevor Lawrence doesn't look like the quarterback that was at Clemson, because when you come into the NFL is a different type of game. It's a different type of speed. It's a different type of execution. You got to allow this young fella, Justin Fields, to make his mistakes, Chicago. He's going to make a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, he's going to be learning on the job. It's on-the-job training. Matt Nagy better get this thing together, man, because if he doesn't get it together, man, the Chicago Bears are pretty much going to have probably a terrible season, and he's probably going to end up losing his job. This is a no-brainer situation, man. You let that young fella get out there and make his mistakes. You coach up that offensive line, get that offensive line better. Even if you got to replace guys and take guys out of the starting lineup, you get that offensive line where you need it to be, because you cannot have what you had last week against the Cleveland Browns, that you could not even move the ball offensively. That every time Justin Fields dropped back, he was getting sacked. You cannot have that, man. That is unacceptable. Chicago Bears, what are you doing? Play this kid. Allow this kid to make his mistakes. It's called player development. Allow this guy to make his mistakes. You don't trade up in the draft for a guy that you don't love. Chicago, you drafted him. Now it's time to play him. Your hand has been forced now, and you need to play Justin Fields. It's time. Just like Justin Fields said when he was on the field, it's time. Yeah, you know, he didn't have his first game wasn't an all-pro performance, but he has to learn. He has to understand the speed of the game, how quick it's coming to him. He has to synchronize everything. A quarterback has to pick up a lot of things really, really fast. So if you're the Chicago Bears, you definitely don't need to be benching Justin Fields, man. You need to allow this kid to play. You know what Andy Dalton brings to the table. You know what Nick Foles brings to the table. You don't need to keep playing this quarterback carousel every week between Andy Dalton, Justin Fields, or maybe Nick Foles. You need to allow Justin Fields to be the quarterback of this team, and you need to give him the keys so he can take off and do what he needs to do. Now, last week, it was a horrible performance, and it wasn't just on Justin Fields. As a whole, the team looked awful against the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns are a playoff team. They made it to the playoffs this season. It looked like they'll be going again this season. But at the same time, don't hurt the confidence of Justin Fields. Play him on the field. Allow this young fella to make his mistakes, Chicago. Justin Fields is going to be okay, but you have to give him time. The offensive line is not blocking worth a hit of beans. I want to see Justin Fields out there on Sunday, man, against the Detroit Lions. I think that this would be Justin Fields' coming out party. Who knows how the game is going to go? But Chicago, you must allow Justin Fields to take the keys and to drive the car. Allow this kid to get his license, get his permit, everything he needs, so that he can take the key. He can take the keys for the first time and go out on the road. So if you're the Chicago Bears, you need to think about getting this thing together, because you want to play Justin Fields. You don't want to play the game of quarterback controversy when there really is no controversy. Justin Fields should be playing. Justin Fields should be out there making plays for the Chicago Bears, and he's going to go through his ups and downs all season long. But give this man the confidence. Give him the confidence, Chicago. Don't hurt the young fella's confidence. Give him the confidence to go out there and play football for this football team, because you need a franchise quarterback. You haven't had a franchise quarterback and I don't know how long. And to me, all you're doing is hurting the development of one Justin Fields. Allow this kid to make his mistakes. Allow him to do all the things that he needs to do on the field so that he can learn and he can be a better player. All right, you guys, make sure you subscribe to Noble Sports Entertainment, because on this channel we talk sports, period. I'm out of here. Peace.